A federal appeals court has stepped in to put the brakes on what many conservatives view as a troubling example of judicial overreach, halting U.S. District Judge James Boasberg's attempt to pursue contempt proceedings against the Trump administration. In a December 15th order, a three-judge panel of the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, Judges Naomi Rao, Justin Walker, and Michelle Childs, granted the administration's request to pause the matter entirely until 2026. The panel also ordered both sides to submit detailed legal briefs addressing a fundamental question. Does a district court even have the authority to investigate and delay potential criminal contempt referrals in the way Judge Boasberg has attempted to do? For Republicans and constitutional conservatives, that question goes to the heart of a growing concern about unelected judges inserting themselves into core. The appeals court's order requires the respondents to file their arguments by December 29, 2025, with the administration's reply due by January 5, 2026. Until then, all contempt-related proceedings are frozen. At issue is Judge Boasberg's handling of disputes surrounding President Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act, a law dating back to 1798 that allows the executive branch to remove non-citizens from hostile foreign nations during periods of conflict. The administration has relied on this statute to deport alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, citing public safety and national security concerns. Judge Boasberg had previously issued an order temporarily halting certain deportation flights, then moved toward potential contempt proceedings after flights reportedly continued. Critics argue that the judge went well beyond interpreting the law and crossed into second-guessing operational decisions made by the executive branch, decisions that traditionally fall within presidential authority. In its order, the D.C. Circuit panel made clear that it is not simply reviewing the facts of the dispute, but the legal foundation of Boasberg's actions themselves. The judges specifically questioned whether a district court has the power to conduct its own investigation into indirect contempt and to delay any referral for prosecution until it independently determines probable cause. That distinction matters. Federal law recognizes that criminal contempt can be either direct, occurring in the presence of the court, or indirect, involving actions taken outside the courtroom. In indirect contempt cases, critics argue, judges are not meant to act as investigators, prosecutors, and arbiters all at once. The appellate court's intervention effectively postpones Boasberg's planned contempt hearings and shifts the legal battle into next year, signaling serious skepticism about the judge's approach. This is not the first time higher courts have pushed back. The U.S. Supreme Court has already allowed the Trump administration to continue invoking the Alien Enemies Act while broader legal challenges play out, an outcome many conservatives see as confirmation that the president's authority in this area is substantial. Last week, the Department of Justice took the extraordinary step of asking the D.C. Circuit to remove Judge Boasberg from the case entirely. The department argued that his actions created a strong appearance of bias and personal hostility toward administration officials, particularly after he ordered testimony from current and former DOJ lawyers about internal decision-making. In its filing, the Justice Department warned that the situation risked spiraling into an unnecessary and damaging interbranch conflict. From the administration's perspective, the judiciary's role is to interpret the law, not to supervise executive enforcement or intimidate officials through prolonged contempt inquiries. The dispute has also been fueled by allegations from a former DOJ attorney turned whistleblower who claimed officials ignored court orders. Senior officials have disputed those claims, and Republicans caution against treating unproven allegations as established facts, especially when they are used to justify unprecedented judicial action. President Trump has been blunt in his criticism, accusing Judge Boasberg of pursuing a political vendetta rather than applying the law neutrally. More than a dozen House Republicans have gone further, co-sponsoring articles of impeachment that accuse the judge of judicial overreach and encroachment on executive authority. While impeachment remains a politically charged and uncertain path, the D.C. Circuit's stay represents a significant development. For now, Judge Boasberg is effectively sidelined on the contempt issue, unable to move forward until appellate judges determine whether he ever had the authority to do so in the first place. For conservatives, the episode underscores a broader concern. When courts move beyond judging cases and begin managing policy disputes, the constitutional balance of power is put at risk. The appeals court's decision to hit pause may not resolve the conflict, but it sends a clear signal that even judges are bound by limits, and those limits matter.